Good day, morning, evening, night, happy birthday, whatever it is for you today, vlog. And welcome back to my channel. So I got a package today, rather large. It's the size of me sat down. Well, it's a bit taller because I'm really short. But I have been going a little bit crazy the past few days buying stuff for my house. Because as you guys know, or don't know, I don't know, this could be the first time you're on my channel. I keep saying that you know, but you might not know. I recently being like 7 months ago, bought my first house. And I have not finished it yet. Like I haven't put everything together in here yet. And this is just a unit. This is just an adult product that I've bought. That sounded wrong. This is like a little cutesy little unit for my bathroom, and because I'm an adult, I build my own furniture. Quite impressive if you ask me, because nothing's fallen apart so far. I say that and my whole roof is going to cave in. Brilliant. I thought you guys could do it with me and build it with me, because I am going to be really bad at it and it'll probably be very entertaining. Let's build. My favorite part of building things is that I have to use a knife because I'm not strong enough to do anything, and I like knives. Okay, I was right. It's pretty much completely non-assembled. It's just pieces of wood. This is a job for Hull the builder. Okay, there's far too many pieces, so I'm going to take this into the other room, or this is just going to be a bit of chaos because this floor is not big enough. Pluto, I don't want to play ball with you. Fine, I'll play ball with you. All right, so I've got my trusty screwdriver, my sidekick, who's just continuously bringing me the damn ball on top of all the things I'm doing. They've given me a massively comprehensive instruction manual. That's literally it. So I'm going to have to figure this out all by myself. Okay, there's piece number 4, number 6. Just going to lay it out like the people laid it out because it makes it less confusing. Piece number 5, 3, oh shit, 2, 1, 1. 2, 1, 1? No? Yeah. Oh god, this is confusing. And 7. Strangely enough, there's no screws. I thought there was going to be screws. So I'm very confused at how this is going to hold together. It's also got a door. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Piece number 2. Come to daddy. Okay, so piece number 2 fits with piece number 4, which is this one, I think. So it slots in, I guess. Why is this happening to me? For once, I miss screws. Like, why is it not giving me screws? This would make everything a lot easier. What the hell? That worked. I feel like this is more of a Lego experiment. The fact that there's no screws, I feel like I'm gonna have to glue this together, because if I don't, it feels like it's gonna fall apart. Maybe this was a terrible purchase. It looked great, but clearly it's not. This is also the worst set of instructions I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I think I fucked up. This is giving bing back boom boom bing back bow energy. Type of shit among you won't understand. It also doesn't tell you which way round everything goes. I don't get it. Go in the slot. Shit, that was the wrong piece. Bing back boom boom bing back bow. This one's got a sexy little hole in it. I don't know what the hole's for. Is it for like slotting things in for fun? What on earth is going on here? I do not know. I mean, okay. I really don't understand these holes, guys. There's like massive holes. No, not massive, but there's holes here. That's not useful for holding things. Okay. I think the hole is for the door. Okay, that makes more sense. Trust the process. Bing back boom boom bing back back. And I'm guessing these go on the sides there. Is it really that simple? I think this just slots in. Can you just cooperate with me, please? I'm gonna get inside and try and push this down. Oh, no. Okay, that didn't work. That just made it worse. Hit me with the first shot. If I knew all I needed to do was play the drums, I would have done that a lot quicker. God, I hate being an adult. Bap, boom, 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 bap, bow. Guys, I think I've just built a unit all by myself with the power of boom, bap, boom, 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 bap, bap. There's definitely a solid possibility I'm gonna need to glue this because it doesn't feel that stable. And I did buy a pretty cheap one because it's for the bathroom and I don't really care that much. All right, I'm gonna go place this in the bathroom and I'm gonna show it off. Boom, guys, look at that. I look like such an adult. Everything's so much cleaner now. All the shit that was up there, I've now put in there. So it looks beautiful and clean. Guys, I'm actually such an adult. It's ridiculous. I don't have a mirror in my bathroom yet. That's coming soon. I ordered that as well. I'm so close to finishing my house now. I'm so excited. We got new lights. We got everything. Like, I'm being a boss bitch, to be honest with you. Hey guys, so it is clearly the next day. I was gonna go on an interesting walk and a little bit of an adventure, but it turns out that it started pissing down with rain and I wasn't going to do that, so I did nothing. I've been having so many meetings this week about my upcoming project that I still can't tell you about, but it's going to be so soon, I promise. And that's kind of frustrating because I want to vlog everything and I am vlogging everything. I can't put it out yet, which is really freaking frustrating. But that's life and life is frustrating, so I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit today about how I deal with my anxiety, because I have heard a lot of you guys recently tell me how much you're struggling on my live streams and in DMs, and I have I've picked up quite a few brilliant little tips recently in therapy and from just living this way since I was like 6 years old. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about it today and see if that helps you in any way whatsoever. So if you've never joined my anxiety journey before, I have been an anxious girly since I dropped out of my mother. I think I was just born this way. So yeah, obviously I'm not a therapist, but I've been dealing with this for pretty much my whole life. So something that's really helped me recently, number one, is making plans, as in a schedule. And I hate schedules. I hate them. I am the most disorganized person. If you've been on my channel a long time, you know I'm always late. You know I'm always doing the wrong thing. But making a schedule has been so helpful for me, and I'm trying to get better at it this year. This is my like goal of this year. I'm not perfect at any of these things, but making a damn schedule. I have also recently bought one of those fancy little boards to plan on. And I have a diary. And everything. But I found planning really helpful to my brain because I know what I'm doing and I know what's coming up. And if I've got something important to do, which I tend to avoid because I'm really good at that, I'm like, we could just wait. Something like insanely life altering is coming up and I'm like, we could just deal with that another time. That's how I live anyway. And for me, I don't know about you guys and what you're doing, but for me it's very hard to do as well because I have things come up last minute. I have jobs to do, I have meetings to have, and I have a lot of last minute things. So it's a very loose schedule, but it's still a schedule, and that's been very helpful for me. Number two is quite similar. I have also been doing a meal plan schedule because I suck at eating. I always have. I forget to eat. I am like, oh, I'm not hungry. I forget to buy food. I have the brain of a goldfish, which is really not very accurate because goldfish actually do have pretty decent memories. It would be more accurate for me to say the memory of a bee because bees are the ones that don't have great memories. So anyway, that's besides the point. I've been doing like a weekly meal plan, and that's also something I hate because I hate freaking schedules. They are the bane of my life, but they actually do really help. So I'm trying my best. And that's alleviated a lot of stress for me. I think a lot of that stuff is subconscious stress. I'm like, it doesn't affect me. I'm fine. Like, I'm really easygoing. But when it comes down to it, I think it really does have quite a big effect when you actually start doing these things and realizing that you're a lot calmer than you were before. Step number 3 has been the most life altering brilliant thing I've ever done, and that's creating 1,000 hobbies. I think as we get older and we start becoming busy and having life to do and jobs to do and school to do and things like this, we start to forget to have hobbies and start forgetting to do things and fun things. And that's been something I've noticed has changed my life so much over the past probably like 5 years. Yeah, basically I just force myself to do things now, like hobbies instead. And when I'm feeling really anxious, I'm like, let's do one of those things. We do one of those things and we stop thinking so much. With time, obviously, can't always work. There's different levels of anxiety and there's different moments of anxiety, but this is just as like a whole, as a collective. I started doing things early lockdown, such as painting and crocheting, and I learned how to do resin, and I learned how to draw, and just so many random creative activities. I've built random things. I built a miniature plane and a miniature greenhouse. I just like to create, and I think that keeps my brain active and not thinking too much. I also usually put maybe like a podcast or a TV series on my phone in the background while I'm doing it, so that all the senses are happy. I'm listening to something, I am doing something with my hands, and yeah, just doing shit, you know? This started off as a list, but it's not going to finish as a list. I'm just giving you my little tips and tricks and advice I've picked up along the way. Another thing that I find very useful when I'm feeling actually quite overwhelmed and stressed is to call someone or just reach out to someone. And I'm the kind of person who tends to be like quite reclusive and shut down when I'm feeling anxious. I don't really want to do anything, don't really want to see anyone, but I've made a rule for myself these days that I must call someone or text someone. Obviously, sometimes I'm not feeling like calling someone, so texting can do as well. Someone who understands, someone who is supportive to me and helpful and is not going to bring me into this like state of complete panic. I don't even have to talk about my anxiety, I just have to talk to them. That's something I found very useful and brings me back down to like a zone. When it comes to panic attacks, I feel like that's a bit more difficult to give too many things to do, because I've found that it's very much about what works for you in that moment, and sometimes obviously one thing that works for you isn't going to work for you all the time. Like sometimes if I'm having a panic attack, doing any of those things might help me, but it also might not if it's a lot worse. If that's something you struggle with, I find a lot of the breathing exercises actually do help. They feel a bit stupid in the moment because you're panicking and you're like, I don't want to breathe in a certain way. way, but it actually does really bring you down to a more sane mental state sometimes. Depends. I do think in those moments that the whole self-soothing thing is just what you need to do, and you need to sometimes just get away and just do what's going to calm you down and do some of your favorite things and be in a space where you feel comfortable. But the other suggestions I've given today are kind of like pre-planning in a way. I found them very helpful in actually preventing really severe anxiety. Obviously not all the time. I have learned in therapy recently as well that distraction is actually a good thing a lot of the time, as long as it's a healthy distraction and not a detrimental, dangerous or horrible distraction. I've recently also learned a lot about the art of being able to express yourself and tell people how you're feeling. I used to hold in a lot of my anxiety and just be like, oh, I'm fine, and go about my day. But a lot of the time now, I'll walk into a room that I'm going to and I'll be like, hi guys, I'm really anxious today. There's probably nothing you can do to help me, but just letting you know. And people knowing that fact has made being in places a hell of a lot easier for me. Like, it makes it less intimidating. I feel like I'm not hiding something and waiting to like explode inside and just pushing everything down. And I think that takes time and practice, and obviously there's some situations there where you can't do that, but being very open about it to people has prevented me from leaving certain situations and avoiding certain situations. I found that very helpful. I feel like I'm rambling now. I just wanted to give you guys a couple of Holly anxiety tips from the girl who has been dealing with this for her whole entire life. I'll give you one last one before I shut up. I find having a shower helps me, and I know that sounds really trivial and really random, but if I'm at home and I'm really anxious and I just get in the shower, I'm alright, because I don't like baths. The idea of laying in a bath in your own dirt for like an hour is just repulsive to me, and I'm sorry if you love baths, that's absolutely fine. I support you 100%. I just can't do it. It gives me the ick. Don't like it. I hope some of these have actually been helpful, and there was actually a purpose for me giving you this video today. I just noticed that so many of you have been asking me the questions recently about what I do and how I try and help myself, and I thought maybe putting it into this video could help someone, even if it helps one person, and one of the techniques that I use is helpful to you, then I'll be happy. Also, when I say I've had anxiety, like, I've had the most severe anxiety. I have like stopped literal planes from leaving the airport because I've panicked on them so much. I've had full-on mental breakdowns in public and like lay on the floor and passed out. I've had some interesting experiences, and I do think that at the end of the day it's a lot of practice. And I know that sounds shit and you probably don't want to practice it, but a lot of practice and a lot of being open and just trying to help yourself as best as you can. I'm really sorry if this vlog hasn't been for you, but if it has, I hope it's helped. I just can't wait to give you guys the damn project vlog. I am so excited. It gives me feels every place in my body. But I'm gonna end the vlog here today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you a gazillion, trillion, billion. Mwah!